Along the path we parted ways. I walk the night, you tread the day, and we forgot we slept in knots all on the sunset coast. We shared our meals, we shared our songs, by candlelight or by the sun. I know you've sung 1,000 more since the time you've gone.
Hello everyone, this is Chad Redding here, and welcome back to Ruck Rabbit Outdoors. We are out on the Appalachian Trail. As you can see, I have my partner, trail friend, whatever, resident wizard, Timothy Renner of the Strange Familiars podcast with me today. How's it feel to be out on this cold December day?
It's good. I'm looking forward to warming up once we start hiking now.
Yeah. So we are actually out here. We are back on the AT, and we are doing a shelter video again. So this is another episode in our continuing series of the different shelters along the Appalachian Trail. We actually went further south this time. We are in Maryland, of all places, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Your homeland.
The great state of Maryland.
The great state of Maryland. I wouldn't say that, but I am discriminatory against Maryland. But no, a lot of people forget that the Appalachian Trail does go through Maryland. They talk about all these other states. This is kind of a section that is kind of forgotten in a lot of different ways, and it's considered a easy section, but it does have its beauty. It does, as you can see, it's very similar to what we see in Michaud. This is the same mountain range.
South Mountain.
The South Mountains, which run all the way to the Potomac, correct?
I believe so.
Did they change after they crossed the Potomac? I can't remember personally.
Yeah, I don't. Or did they just piddle out?
I don't know. They're part of the Appalachian Mountain change. But the South Mountains continue through up into PA into what is eventually Michaud State Forest. But we're a couple miles south of that. We're at we're going to be checking out a shelter called Rocky Run Shelter. It's pretty cool. I scouted it out recently, and it's a neat little area. And yeah, so with that, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's
All
get
right,
hiking.
Let's go.
Warm up.
Let's get warm. We are now moving along the Appalachian Trail. We are moving southbound on the AT. And as you can see, it's very similar to a lot of the landscape, as I said before, in Michaud. We got basically 7 foot tall rhododendron on either side of us, and the most we can see in on either side is 10 feet. We actually passed some hikers that were either through hiking or section hiking or overnighting, and we parked off of Reno Monument Road. This is actually part of a Civil War battlefield. There were some Civil War battles fought in and around the South Mountain region. They were in Pennsylvania too, think Caledonia, near Gettysburg. But this area was a lot more active in the Civil War. Am I right on that one, Tim? Was there a lot more activity down here? As far as you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you had Monocacy, Antietam, and
yeah, there were a lot of battles down in this area.
And then all the way on up, the Gettysburg campaign would have come through here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we were actually kind of on the hill. We started on the hills. The South Mountains are a lot not as high as they are on the northern end here, at least in this section. So it's more like rolling hills, and you actually start off much higher than if you were to, like, in parts of Michaud where you park and you actually got to climb mountains. So what you're seeing is pretty easy. Like I said, they do say this is an easier section of the trail. And for what I've seen so far, because honestly, this is the first time I've been on this part of the AT down through Maryland. I usually stay north of this. So this is actually the furthest south that I've traveled on the AT.
I gave him a pass, so he's allowed to take it too.
You gave me a pass? So yeah, we're going to be checking out more of this section all along here, because I think it's a section that's kind of forgotten about. Most people are just like, oh, I blipped through Maryland, and you know, you can make good time through here. Henceforth, it's not a section that's really talked about too much. So, but you can see it's starting to open up a little bit, and it will. As far as land use in this area, I'm not too sure. I'm sure there were some furnaces in this area, so I imagine this was probably logged and mined out for iron, just like the Michaud area in PA was, because they are, after all, the same mountain chain. But all right, we're gonna move along here and make some time, and we'll show you guys the approach to the shelter. If we come across anything else, we'll of course come back. But as you can see, this is relatively level. Some small rises and drops, but nowhere near as rocky as certain sections of the AT up in PA. I mean, there are some rocks obviously on the ground. You can see that. But we're not seeing the giant rock formations that you typically see in the other videos. All right, let's ready to make some time.
Yes, sir.
So I allowed him to come along this time. I figured I had to have a Marylander with me.
That's right. You need
to be allowed to be here. Yeah. I have to be chaperoned.
Day pass.
I need to be chaperoned on the day pass to come into Maryland. So, okay, we'll get back to you guys when we approach the shelter. Okay, we are approaching the shelter, and as you can see, the trees opened up a lot. See Tim there on this nice Maryland curated AT. It's much wider here. We were joking earlier about how in Pennsylvania we'll drag a shovel and make a line in the leaves and say, yeah, that's good enough. And these guys got to have like nice, wide, open trails. And I said because they're soft, and then Tim was like, no, because they're smart. So, but yeah, here this here. That's the access trail to Rocky Run Shelter. And we'll show you this really cool sign. There it is. And I think that I always like the trail medallions.
Were you too young for the big GI Joes?
Yes, I was too young for the big GI Joes.
Okay, so the big GI Joes towards the end, the Vietnam War was not very popular.
Correct.
So it was not a real popular thing to have GIs. So they changed it from GI Joe to like an army thing to the Adventure Team. And the Adventure Team logo was that in a circle. Was the A and the T just
oh wow. So they stole the AT logo.
If the AT logo is older than 1974 or 5 or whenever they switched
I don't know. I have to double check on that. I know the AT itself was created in the 30s.
For sure, yeah. But if the logo was older, then yes.
Yeah, I do not know that. I do not know that. But I always like the way the medallions look.
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
The old the little tags they put on the trees and stuff.
Oh, this is the trail.
Yes, this is the trail.
The shelter's wider than the AT.
Oh, it's crazy. And all trails that come off the AT And this goes for the Mason-Dixon, are all blue of that color.
Oh, all of them are blue blazes.
All the blazes that come off the AT, or all the side trails, are blue blazes like that.
Okay.
So the AT is always white, and all the side trails are always blue. Unless you get into like a state park, sometimes they'll change them.
Okay.
But most of them, they keep that consistent along the spine. So I always think of the Appalachian Trail as like a highway, and then all the blue trails are little offset roads off of it. Because you get thousands of people that travel this thing every year. So to me, this is more like a highway, especially here in Maryland where it's very curated. You know, no, I joke, but there are sections in Pennsylvania where it's just as wide. But no, it's a nice. This was a nice. I don't know how far did you think that was? I didn't really track it, but that was probably what?
A little half mile plus. I don't know, 3/4 of a mile.
It was at least a mile.
Was it a mile?
It was a mile in at least. I don't think it was 2.
No, I doubt that.
It was at least a mile and a half, I'm thinking. And it was a pleasant walk.
Oh yeah. That's an easy hike.
So we're coming in. And this is a long access trail. This is pretty back in. And it's essentially situated between 2 hills. A ridge and a hill, actually. You have this mountain here that goes up. I do not know the name of that mountain. We're going to learn all this. This area is new to me, as I said. And then we just have a ridge up there. And we just descended that to come into here. So yeah, it's nice that they have a nice access trail. Sometimes these access trails are steep and suck, especially when you're tired. So this would be a nice one to come into when you're pretty well beat up. And then this section of the trail is taken care of by the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club, and they do most of the AT&R area too.
I was gonna say I know like some of the I was looking into reserving
The cabins.
some of the cabins even up in the show. I think you have to reserve through them.
You got to be a member of the PATC too, I think.
Okay.
I've actually looked into that. They do good work. Those guys, they really work hard on this section of the AT that they have, which is through Maryland and most of PA, or the southern end of PA. And I have to say, they work really hard. And they're all volunteers, Tim. The AT is all volunteers, which I find is crazy. It's actually listed as a national park. Did you know that?
Yeah. The whole trail. Yeah.
But unlike, there is no rangers or anything like that. It's all taken care of by volunteers. So you can see the first shelter building right there. Over here is the loo, as you can see there. And that is actually open. There is no door on that one. So as my friend Steve Jennings would say, it's a loo with a view. So that's a moldering toilet. And how those work is basically after you do your business, you throw wood shavings on top of it, and it just naturally falls apart.
My buddy Fred, when the plumbing in his cabin was, well, lack of plumbing. That's what his bathroom was.
It was an outhouse?
Well, I mean, it was attached to the cabin, but it was a composting toilet like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you have one camping area down here. Which you can see there. With a huge fire pit. Relatively new picnic table. That is Rocky Run. And here's the shelter. Well, the first shelter. There's actually 2 here.
The other one further down.
Yeah, they're the old ones further down. And this is really neat. This is a big one. I slept in a couple of these shelters. This one is very big. There's the requisite bear box over there. Put your food in. A nice sized fire pit with a splitting log, and there's camping area up on the hill. So I imagine there's probably, we can walk up there. It looks like there's actually platforms up there, possibly. I didn't go up there last time I was here because I did scout this out. But yeah, there's the, let me back up here so you guys can see this massive thing. Really, really, really nice shelter. So let's go inside and check it out. I like how they put the stone wall, or they leveled it out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was here or if the PATC did it. And this is absolutely palatial by shelter standards. Got this nice picnic table, 2 nice benches, a huge roof, huge porch, which is great for when it's raining. And as you can see, nice, a lot of area here on the bottom. And there's actually a second floor, which is really cool. I'm thinking you could probably pack 10 people in here if you tried hard enough. But nice place. And you can see Pine Knob is 7.4 miles from here and to the north, and Crampton Gap is 5.1 miles south. And then the requisite, they always have a broom. Most good shelter keepers keep a broom, so when you're done, clean up after yourself, please, please. Sign the book, and then we have a little bit of graffiti there. Some people hate the graffiti, Tim, and then some people say it's okay. I don't have negative feelings about it either way.
Yeah.
I'd rather you do something to the shelters than do something to the rocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
We're not going to walk up to the toilet this time. I mean, pretty self-explanatory what's going on up there. Let's go to the old shelter. And we're going to head down on this trail here. So originally, I don't know when they built that, but that's not as old as what this is, as what we're coming up on here. So originally, this would have been how far you needed to go to get to the shelter.
Two for the price of one shelter.
Today, yes, which is cool. You know, this isn't like, I think it's neat that this one's down here because this is like a piece of history. You know, and I'm glad they could have tore it apart, but I'm glad they didn't. And they kept it here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to hike, once we walk out here, we're going to hike to the top of that ridge.
That's what I was thinking.
And we're going to look, we're going to look down there. And there's a reason we do that. We're going to do that. Mm-hmm. And this will tie into, in a way, this is going to tie into what? An episode of Strange Familiars.
Yeah. Because
I actually had, on the Friday after Thanksgiving, when I came here to scout this out, I actually had an encounter here, which I'm not going to talk about right now. So, yes, go to Strange Familiars. We don't know the episode number. It will be in the show notes. I will add that later.
Might be a Patreon.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, we don't know, but this will probably air within the next couple days. So this will air before the episode comes.
Probably.
But when the episode comes, I'll add that to the show notes, and I'll actually have that on a post on the YouTube channel. You can see we're approaching the next shelter, which is right over there. And we're going through a campsite here. And we're going to pass over Rocky Run. which is aptly named, I think. So a lot of the newer shelters have the bear boxes. The older ones have these here, which is essentially a post that you can use to hang your food off of. Now, would I camp down here by this if my food was hung there? No. The reason they went to the bear boxes is because even though that would deter a bear, Tim, raccoons, your friends, could possibly still get up on that.
I would think so.
So the boxes are much more secure for every animal. It keeps, because not only do you, when you hang your food, not only are you keeping out bears, but you're also keeping out any vermin of any sort.
Yeah.
Be they skunks or raccoons or mice, squirrels, you name it. So the bear box is much more secure. And you can see we are passing over, see some water. So this is Rocky Run, which isn't flowing particularly heavy, but there is a spring up here, which is awesome. When I was here, it was flowing really well. So I'm assuming it's going to be. And we are ascending here to go up to this, which is the old shelter, which is really cool. I like how they put it like into the hillside. Ain't that neat?
Yeah.
They put a new roof on it. I imagine that's not the original roof. Yep, spring's flowing. So this is the original shelter.
And hikers are welcome to use both.
Oh my gosh, yes. You can use either one you want. I personally, somebody used this just recently. I can smell a campfire. I personally like this one just because of the history of it. But you can see it's much cruder. There ain't much headroom inside there at all. I mean, I'm not standing up in there, are you?
Yeah.
But in this weather, I'd sleep in this one versus the other one.
Holds the heat better, sure.
This one will definitely keep you warmer.
Yeah.
You get a nice fire going there in the front.
Heck yeah.
Reflect back in. This is the one I would stay in.
Yeah.
They actually have a cool little grate, which looks like it's broken. We'd have to take the rocks off. Somebody put the rocks on top to reflect back in.
Yeah.
But neat little shelter. There's a loo over there. And we're not even going to go over there. We'll just let that go. That's basically an outhouse. As you can see, there's the privy. So this one does have a privy. Most of them do now. But you can do your business in the woods as long as you stay away from the water. Okay, over here we have the spring, which is one of the more one of the ones I've seen that are really nice. This one actually flows a lot better than some of the other ones I've seen in shelters. And there it is. So that is one of the water sources for Rocky Run. They have it piped, but you can go over here, and if you wanted to, draw out of the source. Which is really cool. So unlike the Great Heel, what was the spring?
Great Spirit Spring.
Unlike the Great Spirit Spring, this one does come out of the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
which is really cool. But we are literally on the side of a hill, as you can see. It's amazing how green all this stuff is still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thorn bushes. But most of this will go away once we get some solid cold. I mean, it's been cold now, but not like it used to be. So Tim,
Yes, sir.
that's Rocky Run Shelter. What do you think?
Neat. Neat. I'm with you. I'd choose the old one.
I would choose the old one just because I'm old school, and I think it's just
I like the idea of being able to get that fire going, warming you up.
and the fire's right there beside you,
Yeah.
and it's more accessible. So I think
Yeah.
it
The
would.
new one's nice. I mean,
Oh yeah. For the
nice.
summer, I think the new one would be
yeah,
better.
if you were hanging out with a bunch of friends or something, like that one's very nice.
But this is the one I would choose,
Yeah.
just because it's quieter and you're nearer to the water source too. So, would I filter this water? Let's see. I probably would, just to be safe. But if I had to draw it without filtering, I'd draw it up near the head versus through that pipe. Because that's still a PVC pipe. It's still a plastic pipe. And they carry a lot of disease in them. So, but I would definitely filter the water. It's just good anything to do. Because you don't know what anybody has done before you.
Sure.
You don't know if some moron peed in it, which I hope and nobody in their right mind would do that. But no. Okay. That is Rocky Run Shelter. Thanks for coming along, Tim. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. It's a nice hike.
It was a good hike.
Heck yeah.
So we're going to head out. All right. And that's our look at Rocky Run Shelter, the first of our Maryland shelters.
This is the first one.
This is the first one in Maryland, yeah. So we're going to be doing more. Like I said, we want to check out this area, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little view of another AT, Appalachian Trail shelters. And we're doing other shelters besides the AT,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What was the one we did down by the river?
It was off Mason-Dixon Trail.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I think we did two off the Mason-Dixon Trail. Well, you did one.
Yeah, and you did one. Yeah.
And I did one in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually want to stay at that one. What park's that at?
That's Apollo.
Apollo. So like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. We're going to be making more of these videos. We have some other really cool projects in the works. I hope you guys keep an eye out for them and check out Strange Familiars. And where can you find Strange Familiars, Tim?
StrangeFamiliars.com or wherever you get podcasts.
Yep. So, and I'm on there too.
Absolutely.
So, till next time, fair weather and safe journeys. Ready?
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
It is you've flown away, my friend. I think on you today. I hope sometimes you sing my songs all on the sunset coast.